natural spring water is a water for every occasion on the field of sports, at your workplace. Just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
The Planning and Development Authority of Grenada, PDA, is enforcing regulations to curb illegal, disorderly, and unauthorized development in several locations throughout the state of Grenada. The authority is concerned that structures mainly associated with vending are negatively impacting the environment, has undesirable public health and sanitation consequences, present obstructions to vehicle and pedestrian traffic, can become projectiles during adverse weather conditions, and generally affect the aesthetics of the nation. The PDA will work along with stakeholder ministries and institutions to effect the demolition, removal, and disposal of structures which fall in the category of illegal and disorderly development, commencing January 2024. In this regard, persons who vend in or occupy such illegal structures are advised to secure their personal belongings and have the structures removed ahead of the planned PDA demolition operations. These actions of the PDA have become necessary to safeguard and protect public health and the environment, ensure the safety and well-being of all citizens and visitors, discourage any future disorderly construction, and encourage compliance to regulations pertaining to physical development in the state of Grenada. This is a message from the Planning and Development Authority of Grenada.
With just $2, you can gift yourself with a chance to win the Lotto jackpot. Now, imagine winning the National Lotteries Authority jackpot of $64,000. Why pass upon this winning opportunity? Lotto, play and win a lot of money.
Hello and welcome to the MTV Evening News for Friday, the 16th of February. The news headlines in association with Courts Grenada Limited.
Switch to a Ready Cash loan today. Bring your loan to us and get 25% off. Get flexible payment terms, fast approval, and hassle-free service, so you can do all the important things you need with ease. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit us in-store or apply online at www.shopcourts.com. Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Coming up in the news this evening, Coastal Zone Specialist warns of potential danger for Grenada's marine resources. Residents on the west thrilled at pending Rubis gas station reopening. And in sport, Volcanoes start strong in round 2 of the West Indies Championship. We'll have details to those and other stories. A look to at the public forecast information. We'll be right after the break, right here on MTV. Stay with us.
The first segment of the MTV Evening News comes to your compliments Nexa Credit Union. With you wherever your road leads.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, yes, I can. Whenever you're in need, yes, just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time. Right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Good evening, I'm Tony Julian with the details. Coastal Zone Management Specialist Anselm Clouden is warning that the recent oil spill off the coast of Tobago that is reportedly moving toward Grenada can cause irreparable damage to the island's coastal resources if not contained. His comments come after a release from the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, that they are closely monitoring the situation. But let's get more in this report.
Anselm Clouden believes the recent oil spill off the coast of Tobago highlights the urgency of an oil spill contingency plan for Grenada. He advises that the Coast Guard should be mandated as an environmental enforcement agency to take the lead. An oil spill contingency plan is a detailed oil spill response and removal plan that addresses controlling, containing, and recovering an oil discharge in quantities that may be harmful to navigable waters or adjoining shorelines. The Coastal Zone Management Specialist says the contingency plan should be a collaborative effort with other countries and agencies.
The Coast Guard ought to be mandated to do aerial surveillance. We now have drones. We saw a spectacular display of technology by way of the drone. We can use it to do the necessary aerial surveillance to determine, for that matter, the direction of the spill and coordinate with other, in particular, the perpetrators, those responsible for the spill. We must be in a position to coordinate our efforts with them by way of containment because of geographical proximity to oil-producing countries. What has happened now was always possible if certain measures are not taken. We can experience an environmental catastrophe here in Grenada.
Clouden warns of irreversible damage to Grenada's fishing sector and mangroves.
Now, you know, flying fish is quite prevalent within our 12 miles territorial sea and our exclusive economic zone. They straddle. And then if the spill gets further inland, in the sense that on the coast, where we still have mangroves, which provide safe haven and spawning conditions for juvenile fish, of course, it would be catastrophic.
On Thursday, a release from the National Disaster Management Agency assured the public that NADMA and the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Management in Trinidad and Tobago continue to actively monitor an oil slick off the coast of Tobago due to an incident that resulted in an oil spill last Wednesday. Clouden believes equipment to contain the oil spill is needed. The National Disaster Management Agency states in a press release on Thursday that it will continue to monitor the situation and provide updates accordingly as to the true status of the spill and subsequent actions taken as a result. For MTV News, Kayla Flavany.
Meanwhile, attorney Anselm Clouden will journey to Carriacou over the weekend to represent Dwayne McDonald, a 49-year-old businessman of Mount Pleasant in Carriacou, who was wanted by local police for questioning, that in connection with the May 2023 killing of Victor Randy McIntosh of Carriacou. McDonald was apprehended in Trinidad on the 23rd of January this year, 2024, and deported to the custody of the Royal Grenada Police Force on Saturday, the 27th of January. He'll make his second court appearance on Monday, where preliminary inquiries are set to begin.
As you would recall, Mr. McDonald was brought to court after he was deported from Trinidad and Tobago. And he was remanded into custody. At the time, the magistrate before whom he appeared lacked jurisdiction to entertain any submissions, or for that matter, the charge itself, having regard to the fact that this incident, alleged incident, occurred in Carriacou. And therefore, the preliminary inquiry ought to commence in Carriacou. The magistrate had adjourned the matter to the 16th of this month. It is hoped that arrangements could be made to have Mr. McDonald in Carriacou so that I can be afforded disclosure and that the preliminary inquiry could commence. Well, I can't tell you that. The law presumes him to be innocent until he's proven guilty. So, of course, he's innocent of the crime, presumed innocent of the crime. Yeah.
Residents in the town of Victoria St. Mark continue to anticipate the reopening of the Rubis gas station, Victoria. The temporary closure of the fuel station has caused havoc and inconveniences to residents, and that has been for the past several months. The gas station was set to reopen on Friday the 16th. However, residents disclosed on News Desk that the reopening was delayed due to supposed issues with the gas pumps. Now it's expected to be opened in the coming days, and some residents shared their frustration and also excitement over the prospect of the reopening.
In terms of the gas station, the closure of the gas station, it means a lot to the community because you have the closure of the one in Guelph and you also have the closure of the one in Victoria. Therefore, it means that the residents within the area will have to travel all the way to St. Patrick's if you're out of gas or you're low on gas, or you may have to wait until you get to St. George's. So the opening of this gas station is vital, and we do hope that it will be open as soon as possible.
The gas station been closed down. First time I experienced that for a long time. I never know, if it's a much run out of gas. We had to go in Guelph, Stone, Sotes, them place and them get gas, and it's Hamburg in the bus drivers, the civilian drivers on the road. All are we even affected because most of the time we can't get buses late because you can't get buses come up and town because they are going to get gas early and stuff, and it's hamburging us,
Residents, of course, are pleading with the owners to come with a steady resolution to this prolonged issue. A young woman with a vision for change is set to shake up the political landscape with the launching of her new party this weekend, which, according to her, promises to be a momentous occasion as she steps into the realm of politics with a mission to make a difference. We have more in this report.
Carol Alexander Jones is gearing up to introduce a fresh perspective to the political arena with the launch of a new party, Change Hope for Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique, or CHGCP. The launch, slated for 1 a.m. on Saturday, February 17th, at Uncle's Bar and Lounge in Marquis St. Andrew, will mark the beginning of her journey to effect change. And according to Jones, everyone is welcome to attend to hear her plans.
All are welcome. Everyone is welcome. We're going to have free drinks, free foods, free giveaways, a lot of gift giveaways. So it will be a pleasure for everyone from our nation, our Tri-Island nation, people from our mainland Grenada, our sister island Carriacou and Petite Martinique. If you can come down on the boat, that'll be awesome. So yes, let us come and share in this. It's going to be festive. We are going to have speakers and artists singing. It's going to be a celebration for a new party which stands for change and hope for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique.
Speaking during a press conference on Thursday, Jones, a native of Carriacou who also resided overseas, sees her foray into politics as a divine calling, driven by a fervent desire to address national issues.
My party will be an undisputable force, unbreakable force. And I believe we will, and I have faith in God. I believe that God put me here because I was never into politics before. And as of early 2022, it's like Grenada politics just came into my spirit, and it stayed and is growing. And I believe it's God that put this drive in me to do better for our country and for our people.
With a keen focus on healthcare and reducing unemployment, Jones is steadfast in her commitment to advancing various sectors vital to the well-being of Grenadians.
My inspiration was the lack of resources in terms of healthcare, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of unemployment that's happening in our country today.
Expressing confidence in her ability to garner support, Jones envisions a future where CHGCP emerges as a formidable contender in general elections. From TV News, Troy Gill.
In a groundbreaking achievement, over 20,000 pounds of ginger have been harvested by agricultural officials at a local propagation station, signaling Grenada's intention to boost local production and meet increased export demands, as we now hear.
The Marable Propagation Station has successfully harvested over 2,000 pounds of ginger, an initiative aimed at providing additional planting materials to farmers that will ultimately boost production of the crop on the island. Agronomist overseeing ginger production at the Marable Propagation Station, Troy Augustine, reported that despite some crops being lost to Pridia larceny, the 12,000 square feet germplasm plot yielded more than 50 crates of ginger in a single day. He explained that the ministry is actively promoting increased ginger production among farmers as part of efforts to tap into export markets.
So we are preparing a new area to plant, and we want to start replanting in the next month. From this ginger harvest here, we'll be taking a portion for germplasm replanting, and we want to establish with the extension division working together so that farmers can also establish their own plots, and by so doing they would have sufficient for that market, as well as keeping back planting material for themselves.
Given the upcoming export opportunities in collaboration with Salicious Trading and the abundance of additional planting materials, farmers are urged to cultivate quarter-acre plots of ginger and other root crops to meet the anticipated increasing demands.
After COVID, a lot of persons planted ginger, and other persons, they're not planting in large amounts, but there are key farmers that plant quite a lot. But what we've seen is that our farmers are planting, and we want to basically push that productivity, push that level so that we can push the export market, because there's a lot of money to be made from ginger. I'm gonna be honest, ginger have been sold for $10 when it's scarce, right? When there is ginger, the price don't go under $7, and I think farmers can make a sizable income in that.
Augustine emphasized the importance of training farmers in the skills and techniques required to maximize the yield from ginger cultivation.
We want the farms to do acreages of ginger, because ginger has a very big market. I could tell you there are farmers who earn $80,000 for ginger. Period. I mean, $7 a pound. They sell it on their own. They use the same pen man. They use some different techniques, molding and stuff like that. And this is techniques that we want to showcase, highlight with farmers. We want to have training with extension, so that the farmers and extension officers can see how it's done, so that areas where farmers are having climate change issues, they could divorce into another crop that can produce. And of course, once you can intercrop the ginger, you could use tomatoes, you could use watermelons, you could use corn, you could use melangen, you could use seasoning pepper, quite a range of crops.
The ministry is hoping to distribute the plants to farmers before the end of March. For MTV News, Troy Gill.
That's the first segment of the Evening News Friday. We'll be back with you after the break.
The first segment of the MTV Evening News came to you in association with Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, yes, I can. Whenever you're in need, yes, you can. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next side, next side, next side, right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
If I take time and I write down all the things that I love on my island.
For our year-long celebration of our 50th anniversary of independence, let us show how much we love our country.
Let's all stand together as family, friends, and neighbors throughout.
May the spirit of freedom fill our hearts,
and the colors of patriotism paint our lives.
From the Technical Support and Services Department
of the National Lotteries Authority.
Happy 50th anniversary of independence, Grenada.
50 years we strong and more to come, more to come, more to come.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah, man. Everybody. Yeah, man. So, no. Fully 1 week. Nah. Telling you. Yeah, them massive dragon. Hello. You see that? About 10, let them make a order, man. Me a 38, man. But you are 92. Yeah. You the number 1 run, man. That easy. No, what? Nice. Yeah. Number 1. Yeah, me too, man.
Whether sipped neat, mixed into a classic cocktail, or savored on the rocks, our rum delivers a taste that captivates and satisfies. Choose greatness. Choose Classcoat, the number 1 rum. Produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The story of Grenada is the story of Coop Bank.
A story of humble beginnings, steady progress, persistence, and people, Grenadian people, making things possible. This 50th year of independence is special, and we want to help you make it memorable. Bank on a bright future with Co-op Bank as we celebrate more than 50 years of partnership with Grenadians. Take advantage of 100% financing to buy land, purchase, or build your home, or make those home upgrades. No loan fees, no legal fees, and low interest rates. Drive into 50 and beyond with 100% financing on new vehicles and get 50% off loan fees. Celebrate you. Celebrate Grenada. Make this year one to truly remember with special financing from Co-op Bank. We're the Bank of Grenada and the bank for Grenadians. Visit our website for more information and apply for financing today.
Welcome home.
Hi, my name is Dwayne Thompson, co-owner and founder of Food Grenada Tours, Taxi and Rental. We provide transportation tours in the field of tourism. Being in the field of tourism, the pandemic have taught us that we need all the help we can get, which the NIF has been very helpful in doing so. But as a small business owner, we are even more excited right now with the new initiative that the NIF have launched, providing a little bit more flexibility for small businesses like ourselves. So we definitely encourage all of the small business to consider getting on board with the NIF and this new initiative that allows the level of flexibility that they have implemented.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Love we sing, happy birthday, sweet Grenada.
Secure your financial future with Ariza's limited time $50,000 loan offer and join the 50 Chairs celebration. Application is easy, approval quick, interest rates competitive, and repayment options flexible. Apply now. Visit any of our branches located at Bruce Street, St. George, Grenville, Grand Anse, and Carriacou, or call 440-1759 for more information. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
Welcome back. Well, recognizing February as National Cancer Prevention Month, Nutrition Education and Promotion Coordinator at the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council is discussing ways of managing cancer in children in regard to proper nutrition and meal planning during the GFNC's Nutrition and Health Program. We have more details for you in this report.
According to Nutrition, Education and Promotion Coordinator at the Food and Nutrition Council, Cherise Bristol, cancers in children are rare compared to adults. However, the most prevalent cancers in children are leukemias and brain tumors. Bristol says there are foods cancer patients are encouraged to consume while they are advised to avoid or lessen the consumption of others.
You don't want the child to have any risk of any foodborne illness. For dairy products, pasteurized, cheese, milk. Unpasteurized is a no-no. Avoid that. Then we can move on to fruits and vegetables. Wash properly. If you're cooking them, that's a plus. You can kill some of those microbes and you cook them properly again. If the child has a tendency for soft texture, then let the child get the soft texture. If they're on a smooth diet, then you're pureeing the foods. In terms of another grouping of food, nuts and seeds, those dried foods, those you may want to avoid.
She believes safety in preparing meals is very essential.
For children living with cancer, and adults as well, but particularly we're speaking children, sanitation, food safety is key. So their immune system is a bit not like ours or a person without cancer strong. It's a little weak. So you need to ensure that you wash properly all vegetables and fruits before peeling or before cooking. In terms of the meats and cooked foods, don't mix them together because we're talking safety here. And because of the immune system is being compromised or weakened, you don't want to increase the risk for infections and further deteriorate the condition.
Bristol shared tips on how parents or caregivers of children living with cancer can combat varying challenges.
The first challenge, as I mentioned, what to cook. So that we shall mitigate it by getting information from the nutritionist, seeking that support. In terms of the side effects, that can be a challenge. So you may think maybe something else is happening, but it could just be the side effects. So get the information, maybe a handout or a leaflet with possible side effects, so you are already prepared and you know what you're looking for.
The advice is to contact a nutritionist or dietitian upon receiving a cancer diagnosis to prepare an efficient meal plan. Reporting for MTV News, I am Akil Aberdeen.
Meanwhile, Dr. Lyndon Tellisford believes the newly launched Cancer Awareness Initiative, dubbed the Caribbean Cancer Portal or CCP program, holds immense benefits for cancer patients, their families, and caretakers alike.
So in essence, the portal is there for many reasons, largely to provide, if we may say, the overarching goal is to provide prevention education, cancer prevention education for everyone in the Caribbean, particularly 6 Caribbean countries that are participating in this program.
Right.
And to provide information for those who are already diagnosed or survived, so that they can make informed decisions about care, treatment, and their ongoing life.
The portal offers a variety of services, including courses, live sessions, reading, and interactive material and games, which all will focus on living with and managing different types of cancers. Dr. Tellisford shed some light on the information which can be accessed through the portal.
So we have information on breast cancer, we have information on prostate cancer, we have information on other types, colon cancer and other types of cancers, provided by Ministries of Health. Grenada's Ministry of Health contributed a lot of materials and resources. St. George's University's Women in Medicine, students in the public health program, we want to credit them. They provided lots of information as well for the portal. So in essence, we are, and that was one of the comments that came from the pilot study, that we needed to focus on other types of cancers like stomach cancer, right? And other types of cancers that are now becoming more common in the Caribbean region as well.
There are, of course, 6 countries participating in the program: Grenada, of course, Antigua Barbuda, St. Kitts Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dominica, and St. Lucia. The CCP program initially started in 2020, but was launched on the 1st of February this year, 2024. As the Royal Grenada Police Force continues to collaborate with the Child Protection Authority in reducing missing teens cases in the Tri-Island, both entities continue to educate and sensitize the public as to the major factors which contribute to troubled children. Speaking on MTV's Fusion FM on Friday, head of the psychological and treatment team at the Child Protection Authority, Lenise Paul, explained that children may run away as a result of biological, psychological, or social factors.
Biologically, we were looking at brain development, and the fact that there's a part of our brain, that's the prefrontal cortex or the frontal lobe, that is not fully matured or developed until our mid-20s. So for children and adolescents, that part of the brain is not fully functioning and developed as yet. And that part of the brain is responsible for our executive functioning skills. And now for the psychological aspect of things, that is where We're looking at personality development. We're looking at the impact of trauma and abuse on the child, and those being risk factors as to why children would decide to run away from home. And then from the social standpoint, we were looking at it from three aspects: the family, right? So family dysfunctions, poor communication between parent and children or between siblings, again, the abuse or substance use of adults in the home, or their primary caregivers or other adults in the home.
Paul further highlighted the importance of parents in ensuring their children have a positive support system.
You have to know who are the individuals that are influencing them so that you can again guide them, right? And ensure that those influences are actually protective factors. Ensure that the friends that they're engaging with are the friends that are going to come back and tell you exactly where your daughter is and how she's behaving and what she's doing. Ensuring that the adults in their lives are not ones that are predators, but are ones that are going to help you in your responsibility of keeping them safe.
Officer attached to the Special Victims Unit, Detective Damian Frank, stated that a runaway teen or child is one who, under the age of 18, whose whereabouts is unknown by parents or guardians for more than 24 hours. It's the Evening News Friday, and in this evening's Total Local, we feature one of Grenada's top gospel artists, Loxton Mitchell, with his acoustic pop-up session featuring other gospel acts like Grace Divine.
Okay, so I started music around age 15, 16 thereabout, and I would say that music have found me, or music had found me. I didn't venture into music. I never saw music as a part of me. It find me around 15, 16 thereabout when I was in high school. Being part of the school band, even some of the persons that were a part of the band today, they play on sheep. Some are outside of Grenada, some are doing well on the outside musically. I definitely started to find a safe haven in music. Like I always say, music is like my shrink. So music is the person I go to when things might be gloomy, things might be dark, or I need someone to talk to in most instances. And it has really worked for me. And there I started to write songs. Thereafter, I started to arrange, and
You are God. Reference you today, you are God. Yeah.
pop-up. Now, pop-ups, like I said, pop-up is for me. I find anytime I have any free time, I think I can utilize it into something. So I just decided, let me do something called pop-ups. And pop-ups with Loxton Mitchell simply means where I go out, I find the artist, I go meet you to any location where you are. I come there, you send your song to me, I listen to your song, and you decide which song of mine you want to do. I listen to your song and I strip it down to just acoustics, meaning just the guitar. And we come out, we vibe on the song. I do one of yours, you do one of mine, and it's done strictly acoustics.
You are God. You are God.
So the concert Introspect is going to be at the Deluxe Cinema in Grenada on the 4th of May, like I said. We have been in really deep planning for that event. We're definitely going to tell you the venue is going to be a little different than how it is and how you normally see it. From the entrance to the inside, it's going to be different. And the concert would not be just a concert where you come and you just sing a song and that's it. It's going to be like a production. We already have all of the stages. We already have all of our backstage passes and so on. And we also have a special Introspect drink. We don't want to tell you much about that, but like I said, on that night would be something different, something that the first of its kind that Grenada is going to see in terms of gospel concert.
That's the second segment of the Evening News Friday with regional highlights coming up. The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Let me sing, happy birthday, sweet Grenada.
Secure your financial future with Ariza's limited time $50,000 loan offer and join the 50 Chairs celebration. Application is easy, approval quick, interest rates competitive, and repayment options flexible. Apply now. Visit any of our branches located at Bruce Street, St. George, Grenville, Grand Anse, and Carriacou, or call 440-1759 for more information. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
The National Lotteries Authority is a proud sponsor of many cultural activities within the Tri-Island state of Grenada.
My name is Anderson Matterson, also known as Leftist, and I'm a calypsonian and stringman music player from Carriacou. I support the games of the National Lottery Authority because culture benefits tremendously. Annually, the NLA supports the Carriacou and Pittimatney Carnival, Carriacou Stringman Music Festival, and all regattas, among other activities. When I play the game of the NLA, I can see where my money goes, and it's an investment into our culture.
Yes, Grenada, when you play the games of the NLA, you enable us to invest in the skills and talents of our people in the areas of sports, culture, and nation building.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah, man, everybody. Yeah, man, so no. Fully 1 week. Nah, telling you. Yeah, them massive dragon. Hello. You see that? About 10, let them make a order, man. Me are 38, man. But you are 92. Yeah. You need the number 1 run, man. That's easy. No, what? Nice. Yeah. Number 1. Ah, yeah, me too.
Whether sipped neat, mixed into a classic cocktail, or savored on the rocks, our rum delivers a taste that captivates and satisfies. Choose greatness. Choose class good. The number 1 rum. Produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Hi, good day. My name is Kyle Sylvester. I am the manager and founder of Case Farming Enterprise. We're an agro-processing business that are involved in the processing of agricultural goods, where we do bottle seasoning packs, lettuce, kale, and broccoli. Sometimes we as human beings get sick or injured on the job. NS provides a safety net for us. I am here to encourage other entrepreneurs and self-employed persons to sign up under the NIS Self-Employment Program.
Welcome back. Here now is Clifton James with this evening's Regional Roundup.
With the Regional Roundup, I am Clifton James. Over in Guyana, police are urgently searching for a convicted rapist and a murderer who managed to escape from the Mazaruni prison compound early on Thursday morning. More in this HCP TV report.
Around 7:20 hours on Thursday morning, convicted rapist Akeem Wong and convicted murderer Gilbert Gill escaped from the Mazaruni prison. Wong is serving a 20-year sentence for raping a 14-year-old girl while Gill was serving a 40-year sentence for murdering a 47-year-old man. The Guyana Prison Service GPS noted that Wong, along with inmate Gill, were in the custody of prison officer Torres outside the prison compound, cutting wood for the kitchen. While on duty, Wong requested to use the washroom facility and was granted permission. However, about 5 minutes later, Officer Torres decided to check on his whereabouts, where he discovered him missing. An alarm was raised. On June 30th, 2017, Akim Wong, also known as Bin Laden, a resident of Linden, had pleaded guilty for sexual penetration of a child. The custodial sentence was handed down on November 31st, 2020, by Justice Priya Sinarayan Bihari at the Georgetown High Court. In police reports, Wong faced a litany of charges. He was wanted for a murder which had occurred in Mabaruma Region 1, Barima Waini, and was also charged for breaking and entering and robbery. Gilbert Gill, called Bison Bull, who was charged with the brutal murder of Kemraj Das, 47, was sentenced to 50 years by Justice Madam Roxanne George. The Guyana Prison Service and the Guyana Police Force have since widened the search area as the search continues for the escapees. For AGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force is investigating what it says are suspicious circumstances where 10 students from a private institution had to be rushed to hospital after falling ill. According to reports, the students suddenly became ill on Thursday while at a private institution located off Tonique Darling Williams Highway. Police were alerted at around 12:15 p.m. The students started experiencing dizziness, vomiting, and became faint while participating in physical education activities. The students were transported to the hospital by ambulance, where they are currently under observation. Investigations are ongoing into this incident. Meanwhile, the private institution, Achievers Christian Academy, has since stated the incident to clarify and dispel certain information. The Academy noted it had been reported that the unfortunate illness of the students may have been connected to the presence of or interaction with missionaries who visited the Tonique Williams Darling campus on Thursday. In a letter addressed to parents, school principal Dr. Matthew Smith advised that upon preliminary investigations, it was determined that the students who felt unwell had all participated in rigorous physical activities during the physical education class. 11 persons have been charged in connection with a drug trafficking scheme that used the U.S. Postal Service to transport cocaine between Puerto Rico and the U.S. mainland. They were arrested by law enforcement on February the 14th in Massachusetts, Florida, and Puerto Rico. Mudlow said a federal grand jury returned a 9-count indictment charging the suspects with intent to distribute cocaine using the U.S. Postal Service. According to court documents, from April 2019 to September 2022, the suspects knowingly and intentionally combined, conspired, and agreed with others to knowingly and intentionally possess with intent to distribute cocaine using the U.S. Postal Service. Drug trafficking poses a significant threat to public health and safety, said Mudlow. This criminal organization distributed cocaine into communities across the East Coast in various ways, including the mail. The U.S. Attorney's Office and its partners will continue to pursue drug traffickers and to seek justice for our communities. You're up to date with the Regional Roundup. I am Clifton James.
This is AMTV Evening News. We'll be back with you after the break.
Pick your daily reward from the Quartz Ready Cash Money Tree. Every customer is a winner with every loan of $3,000 or more from Quartz Ready Cash. Plus, you get to enter to win a weekend for two at Sandals. No deposit, no collateral needed. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash location today or apply online at www.quartz.com. job. Get more for 2024 with Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
The story of Grenada is the story of Co-op Bank, a story of humble beginnings, steady progress, persistence, and people, Grenadian people, making things possible. This 50th year of independence is special, and we want to help you make it memorable. Bank on a bright future with Co-op Bank as we celebrate more than 50 years of partnership with Grenadians. Take advantage of 100% financing to buy land, purchase, or build your home, or make those home upgrades. No loan fees, no legal fees, and low interest rates. Drive into 50 and beyond with 100% financing on new vehicles and get 50% off loan fees. Celebrate you. Celebrate Grenada. Make this year one to truly remember with special financing from Co-op Bank. We're the Bank of Grenada and the bank for Grenadians. Visit our website for more information and apply for financing today.
Welcome home. If we take time and I write down all the things that I love on my island.
On the occasion of our Golden Jubilee, let us remember the sacrifices made by our forefathers and celebrate the freedom that we enjoy today.
Let us work together in making Grenada a better place for all. May our country continue to grow and prosper in years to come.
From the Marketing and Business Development Department of the National Lotteries Authority.
Happy 50th anniversary of independence, Grenada.
50 years we strong and more to come, more to come, more to come.
My name is Alimaka Motley. I've been here doing nails since 2017. Me being self-employed, I have realized that paying the NIS benefits me now and even when I retire. By the time I'm 65, I will be receiving contributions back from NIS. So I benefit because I'm self-employed. Anything can happen. If anything happens to you while you're at work, you've got a bad cold, you have the COVID, you have dengue, you have all these diseases that's plaguing us at the moment, NIS will be giving you back some form of money when you're ill. So I would encourage all small business persons to sign up with NIS now.
The Planning and Development Authority of Grenada, PDA, is enforcing regulations to curb illegal, disorderly, and unauthorized development in several locations throughout the state of Grenada. The authority is concerned that structures mainly associated with vending are negatively impacting the environment, has undesirable public health and sanitation consequences, present obstructions to vehicle and pedestrian traffic, can become projectiles during adverse weather conditions, and generally affect the aesthetics of the nation. The PDA will work along with stakeholder ministries and institutions to effect the demolition, removal, and disposal of structures which fall in the category of illegal and disorderly development, commencing January 2024. In this regard, persons who vend in or occupy such illegal structures are advised to secure their personal belongings and have the structures removed ahead of the planned PDA demolition operations. These actions of the PDA have become necessary to safeguard and protect public health and the environment, ensure the safety and well-being of all citizens and visitors, discourage any future disorderly construction, and encourage compliance to regulations pertaining to physical development in the state of Grenada. This is a message from the Planning and Development Authority of Grenada.
Volcanoes start strong in round 2 of the West Indies Championship. That highlight and more coming up in your sporting segment.
The MTV Evening Sports is brought to you in association with Quartz, bringing value home.
Switch to a Ready Cash loan today. Bring your loan to us and get 25% off. Get flexible payment terms, fast approval, and hassle-free service, so you can do all the important things you need with ease. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit us in-store or apply online at www.shopcourts.com. Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
A special evening to you now, sporting fans. Here are your highlights.
Good evening, sporting fans. Points leaders, the Windward Islands Volcanoes, started strongly against the Barbados Pride in their round 2 clash at the Kensington Cricket Club in Jamaica. Winning the toss and sending the Pride into bat first paid dividends for the Volcanoes as Ryan John ran rampage again with the ball and caused a Pride batting collapse. Kevin Wickham continued his run of form with the bat as he top scored with 74, and wicketkeeper Shane Dorridge chipped in with 37. The Pride were bowled out for 214, with John ending with figures of 16, 1, 74, 4, followed by Daryl Cyrus with 7-0, 41, 2, and Shamar Springer with 11.5, 0, 61, 2. In their reply, the Windward Islands Volcanoes openers Jeremy Solorzano and skipper Kimani Melius made the experienced Barbados bowlers toil in the hot Jamaica sun. Melius, who struggled in round 1 against the Jamaica Scorpions, opened his run tally for the tournament. Melius and Solorzano, who also brought up his half-century, partnered for a 123-run opening stance without losing a wicket. Chain holder Alexis was the most economical Pride bowler with figures of 8.5, 128, 0. Michael Francois speeds to a new indoor personal best in the men's 400 meter of 46.85 seconds. This was achieved at the Tyson Invitational in Fayetteville, Arkansas. 4 Caribbean teams will be hoping to break into the much anticipated inaugural staging of the CONCACAF Women's Gold Cup when they contest the preliminary round of competition at the Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California on Saturday. With only 3 spots up for grabs, only 2 teams from the Caribbean and 1 from Central America will progress to join the United States, Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, Paraguay, Canada, Mexico, Panama, and Costa Rica in the main event. Guyana and the Dominican Republic take the pitch in a first ever encounter. Both teams are no strangers to the hustle as they won their respective groups in League B of the qualifiers. By all indications, Haiti will start firm favorites in their contest against Puerto Rico, not only because they have won 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two, but also due to the FIFA Women's World Cup experience under their belts. El Salvador and Guatemala have faced each other 9 times, with the latter holding a 7-win advantage. Now they will add a new chapter to their history, with Guatemala looking to keep the positive record going. And that's it for this evening's sports. I am Troy Gill.
And with the latest sporting highlights there, we still have ahead the public forecast information and then a recap of the main stories when we return.
The MTV Evening Sports was brought to you in association with Quartz, bringing value home.
Good Friday evening, viewers, with the Friday night and the weekend's weather forecast and meteorologist Wayne Williams. Dry, stable conditions continue to dominate the weather throughout the Eastern Caribbean. A little bit of low-level moisture brought a bit of cloudiness to the Central Caribbean islands, but that dissipated quickly throughout the day. That weak trough that you're following over the Northern Caribbean has also filled in, weakened a bit. Did bring some showers to the Bahamas, however. Just a slight haze affecting the Eastern Caribbean right now that will continue. It will ease a bit on Saturday, return maybe from Sunday into Monday. Right now we can see the
situation over the Eastern Caribbean. The dry air continues to dominate the weather here, as I said before, and would continue doing so. One or two brief showers are likely over the northern Leeward Islands. The forecast for Friday night, clear and windy. The winds would come in from the east between 10 and 20 miles per hour. Minimum temperature around 24. No major rain expected. It's about a 10% chance. Very, very brief sprinkles maybe in the interior. The moon is going to set at 12:51 in the early morning. That's after midnight, and it's going to rise tomorrow afternoon at 12:31. Mostly sunny and slightly hazy conditions on Saturday. Winds continue easterly between 12 and 24 miles per hour. Moderate seas. Seas are easing a bit, but still caution is advised if you are venturing far from port. The waves will reach between 5 and 6 feet in open waters. The sun is going to appear at 6:28, disappear at 6:14. 30 is the expected max. Will feel like 36, 37, and UV index would be moderate. Similar conditions are expected on Sunday with easterly winds 12 to 24 miles per hour. Seas remain moderate, still 5 to 6 foot waves, so continue exercising caution. Sunrise 6:27, sunset 6:14. Temperature will climb around to 30. Feel again like 37, UV index moderate. By the start of the next work week, the hazy conditions would continue, but very light. We could see it easing by the approaching weekend. Mostly fair skies, 10% chance of any sprinkles at all, if any at all. 30 degrees temperature in the daytime. Could get a bit hotter from Wednesday onward. In the nighttime, around 24. That is it for me for Friday and for this week, folks. Have yourself a great night, a safe and an enjoyable weekend. Remember, you can join me again on Monday.
And now for a recap of the headlines. Coastal zone specialists has warned of potential danger to Grenada's marine resources. Residents on the west thrilled over pending Rubis gas station reopening. And in sport, Volcanoes start strong in round 2 of the West Indies Championship. We've had details to those and other stories and look to at the public forecast information. And so now, on behalf of the news and production departments, I'm Tony Julian. We all thank you for viewing and wish you a safe and wonderful weekend.
Rebecca Cynthia Antoine, also known as Cynthia, of Central Grove Estate, St. John, who resided in Montreal, Canada, passed away on Sunday, 7th January 2024 at the age of 78. She was the wife of Alfred Filbert, mother of Deborah Gracelyn Francis, Leslie Antoine, Stanford Antoine, and Judy Antoine, sister of Pearl in the UK, Christine and Ingrid in Canada, and Thaddeus. Grandmother of 14, including Colson Francis, Karen McPhail, Akeda Antoine, Tracy Francis, Kevin Francis, Kamisha Francis, Lisa Antoine, Carissa Antoine, Christel Francis, Kijana Antoine, and Stanny Antoine. great-grandmother of Trayshawn, Kobe, Ketira, Aiden, and Zephaniah. Aunt of many including Inez Jenkins, Stephen St. Louis, Otley Lee, Betty Lee, and Akabi Lee. Mother-in-law of Carlisle Francis, Rawlings Edwards, Louise Antwine, and Lynette Antwine. Other relatives and close friends including Mona, Yvonne and Joan in Canada, Kathy Ann, Tika of Moran, Tyrrell Dabrio, Wesley James, Dotica Elias, also known as Tanti Poon, and Vicklin Sanderson of Guava State, Stanley Perez of Grand Roy, the Lee family of Douglaston, and friends and neighbors of Central Guava State and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Rebecca Cynthia Antwine, also known as Cynthia, of Central Guava State St. John, who resided in Montreal, Canada, will take place on Monday, 19th February at 11 a.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Peter's Roman Catholic Church, Grove, followed by cremation. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Joseph Carlton Ross, also known as Mr. Ross, Uncle Ross, and Super, of the Greens, St. Paul, St. George, passed away on Wednesday, 31st January 2024, at the age of 90. He was the loving father of Matthew Joseph, Joycelyn Thompson, and Diana Campbell, father-in-law of Paulette and Marva Ross, Conrad Thompson, and Seth Campbell, grandfather of Anika, Gemma, Letitia, Joseph, Nadia and baby Joseph, Matthew, Rihanna, Tishai, Jonah, and Hayden, great-grandfather of 8. Many nieces, nephews, cousins, and family in Grenada and abroad, including George Ross, Dalton and Bernard Duncan, the Ross, Daniel, Lewis, Sward, Stewart, Belfon, McChair, Pascal, Batiste, Alexis, Thompson, Smith, King, and Campbell families. Many close friends in Grenada and abroad, including the Decoto, Joseph, Cuffy, Cummings, James, Noel, Lacroix, Alexander, Rennick, Edgehill, Cobb, Johnson, Mason, Robinson, Jones, Fletcher, Caliste, Aldridge, Donald, LaPompe, Celestine, Hanny, Simon, Phillips, Purcell, Toussaint, Williams, and Wise families, the business community, and friends and neighbors of St. Paul's and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Joseph Carlton Ross, also known as Mr. Ross, Uncle Ross, and Super, of the Greens, St. Paul, St. George, will take place on Monday, 19th February at 11 a.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Paul's Catholic Church, and entombment will be at the Crowshoe Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Nelsia Cecilia Scott of Springs, St. George, who resided in Hayes, England, passed away on Wednesday, 10th January 2024 in England at the age of 87. She was the sister of Thaddeus Williams, aunt of Margaret, Angela, Veronica, Montgomery, Rawle, Betty, Nigel, Garvin, Sheldon, Donna, Hinkson, Neil, Wayne and Stephen Williams, and Wayne Morris. Grand-aunt of Maria, Michelle, Michael, Roseanne, Roxanne, Antoinette, Lystra, Atiba, Diamond, Stefan, Stephanie, Devon, Paul, Angus, Damien, Chantel, Tiara, Marlon, and Jermaine. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends, including Carol Williams, Rose Julian, Betty Huggins, Geraldine Williams, Andrew Frederick, Sammy and family, and friends and neighbors in England, Springs, and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Nelsia Cecilia Scott of Springs, St. George, who resided in Hayes, England, will take place on Monday, 19th February at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Springs Open Bible Church, and interment will be at the Family Cemetery, Springs. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Terence Roberts, also known as Beggs, of Grand Arms, who resided at Grand Mall, St. George, Vice President of the Customs Brokers Association and partner in Bay Caribbean Shipping and Brokerage, passed away on Saturday, 3rd February 2024 at the age of 65. He was the husband of Agatha Roberts, father of Rhea Cyrus, stepfather of Avril Morton, brother of Rhonda, Maureen, Nicole, Sherry, Joan, Caroline, Leslie Ann, Jenny, Ray, Douglas, Danny, Londa, Kelvin and Nelson, grandfather of Omari Cyrus and Quentin Morton, father-in-law of Leon Nelson and Delroy Morton, nephew of Denise Chen, Edward and Sonny St. Louis, uncle of many, brother-in-law of Rose, Mike Paulson, Roll Matthew, Julian Bonaparte, and Alistair. Many other relatives and friends, including his business partners, Jocelyn Williams and family, the Roberts, St. Louis, Dubisette and Bell families of Grand Aunts, the Cyrus family, Val Johnson and family, Joseph Gilbert and family, Linda and Nicole Lewis, John Roberts and family, Jimmy Perrott and family, James Roberts and family, Leslie Ann and Randy, the boys by the shop at Grand Mall, Cheryl Ashton and family, Dale Vincent and family, Keith Banfield and family, and friends and neighbors of Grand Mall, Grand Aunts, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Terence Roberts, also known as Beggs, of Grand Aunts, who resided at Grand Mall, St. George, will take place on Tuesday, February 20th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Blessed Sacrament Catholic Church, Grand Aunts, St. George, and interment will be at the Grand Aunts Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Mary Jerome of Waltham St. Mark, who resided at 12 St. George, passed away on Saturday, January 20th, 2024, at the age of 64. She was the mother of Charmaine Jerome and Tracy Cobb, grandmother of Daniil and Simona Jerome, sister of Leatha in the USA, Phyllis, Stephen, Claire, Gloria, Michael, Helen, Teresa, and Maslin, also known as brother, aunt of Carolyn, Ronnie, Rosalind, Raquel, Kenson, and Elon. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends, including Diana Hercules and Marilyn Joseph, and friends and neighbors of Waltham, Montu, and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Mary Jerome of Waltham St. Mark, who resided at Montu St. George, will take place on Wednesday, 21st February at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Garden of Remembrance Funeral Chapel, Cemetery Hill, St. George's, according to Pentecostal rites, and entombment will be at the St. George's Center Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Edith Alexander, also known as Venise Swan of Mount Rodney St. Patrick, who resided in Aruba, passed away on Monday, 27th November 2023, at the age of 78. She was the mother of Sandra Swan, also known as Anne Swan in Grenada, Tellis Swan in Canada, Dansley Swan, also known as Big Dan, and Margot Swan in the USA. Grandmother of Wade, Clara, Jade, Clary, Karina, and Madison. Sister of Terry Noel in Grenada, Hervis Noel in the USA, Nova James, Destiny Batiste, Maudlin, and Juliet. Mother-in-law of Lazarus Jeff Mark and Waveney Warner. Sister-in-law of Veronica and Claudia Noah. Aunt of Brian, Sean, Juan, Delise, Samantha, Tracy, Nicole, Lystra, and Jean. Godmother of Albert Jeffrey. Other relatives and friends including Rachel Cato, Gertrude, Sybil, Noreen, Lewis and Jeffrey in Aruba, Ualma Emery and family, Marilyn Hosford and family, Everett Fraser and family, the Sonny and Rayburn families of Montcraven, the Swan family, and friends and neighbors of Montcraven, Montrodney, Kaya, St. Lucia, and Aruba. The funeral service for the late Edith Alexander, also known as Venise Swan of Montrodney St. Patrick, who resided in Aruba, will take place on Thursday, 22nd February at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Patrick Anglican Church, Satires, and interment will be at the Churchyard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Denise Gemma Swan, also known as Miss Gemma, of Montfendu St. Patrick, passed away on Sunday, 21st January 2024, at the age of 62. She was the mother of Reynold, also known as Police, Tamika, and Tanisha, guardian of Kalan, grandmother of Raheem, Morgan, and Azariah, sister of Sharon and Bernice in Trinidad, Albert and Randolph in Grenada, niece of Sybil, Madonna, Little, John, and George, aunt of many, including Stacy, Kathleen, Alcia, Rena, Danielle, also known as Coppers, Ashton, Ricky, Simone, Keisha, and Marsha. Grand aunt of many, including Aaliyah, Shari, Tishon, Kaya, and Danique. Many other relatives and friends, including Deborah Swan, Devon, Doris and family in the USA, the Swan family in the USA and the UK, Shantae and family, Miss Lynthia, Lydia and family, Trisha, Dorian and family, Louise and family, Charmaine and family, Sister Annette and family, the pastor and members of the Satires Evangelical Church, and friends and neighbors of Montfendu, Plains, Rosehill, and Satires. The funeral service for the late Denise Gemma Swan, also known as Miss Gemma, of Montfendu St. Patrick, will take place on Thursday, 22nd February at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Satires Evangelical Church, and interment will be at the Morley Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Mary Ann Charles, also known as Zita, of Maday's St. Patrick, passed away on Monday, 22nd January 2024 at the age of 90. She was the mother of Dominic Charles, Patricia, Esther, and Velma Charles, sister of Linda Hamlet, grandmother of Alice Jennifer Alexander, Mitchell Alexander, Patrick, also known as DJ Tricks, Karina and Joshua Charles, Tiffany and Aaliyah, great-grandmother of Fenella, Troy, Anella, Ruby and Jewel Alexander, Glendolyn and Kenty Bartholomew, great-great-grandmother of 5, aunt of many, including Yvonne, Ventris, also known as Venny, Raphael Francis, and David. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends, including Joycelyn and Anne Charles, the pastors and members of the Satires Seventh-day Adventist Church, and friends and neighbors of Maday's, Rosehill, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Mary Ann Charles, also known as Zita, of Maday's St. Patrick, will take place on Thursday, 22nd February at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Satires Seventh-day Adventist Church, and interment will be at the Morley Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Alsted William Alexis, also known as Spice, and Uncle Willow, of Carrier St. Andrew, who resided at Lothers Lane, St. George, former employee of Bryden and Miners, passed away on Friday, 26 January 2024, at the age of 79. He was the husband of Evangeline Edwards Alexis, father of Alan Alexis, brother of Arthur Lyce Alexis, Wilson Alexis, and Mary McEwen, brother-in-law of Anne Roberts, Mary and Lucia Edwards in Canada, Eva, James, Dominic and Helen Marie Edwards, Jude McEwen, and Nestor Alexis, uncle of many including Junior, Karine, Kevin, Kennedy, Dennis and Wendy Alexis, Leisha and Keisha Emery. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including Teddy, Moland and Camille in Canada, Lisa and Lima in the USA, Maria and Cecilia in the United Kingdom, Christopher Edwards, Lyndon Bullen, Thompson Charles, Frederick Besley Alexander, David Charles, Margaret Simeon, Johnny, James Hilaire, Floyd David and Joel Abraham, past and present staff of Bryden and Miners, the Thomas, Williams, Auguste and Gibbs families, and friends and neighbors of Carrier St. Andrew, Lothers Lane, St. George, and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Alsted William Alexis, also known as Spice, and Uncle Willow, of Carrier St. Andrew, who resided at Lothers Lane, St. George, will take place on Thursday, 22nd February at 1:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. George's Anglican Church, Church Street, and entombment will be at the St. George's Center Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Winifred Telesford, née St. Cyr, also known as Sister T and Teacher Winnie, of Ladigue, who resided at Rivulet Lane, Grenville, St. Andrew, passed away on Sunday, 28th January 2024, at the age of 91. She was the mother of Michael, also known as Mike, and Jacqueline, also known as Jackie in the USA, and John, also known as Johnny, in Grenada. Stepmother of Janet Telesford, adoptive mother of Florence Phillip in Grenada, grandmother of Michael Jr., Michelle, Brandon, Carl, Curtis, Chad, John Dell, and Morgan. Step-grandmother of Lydia, Alan, Kim, Carol, Vaughn, and Sion. Great-grandmother of Chase, Amaya, Erin, and Jonila. Sister of Eric St. Cyr in Trinidad, Dennis, also known as Dubs, and Vera St. Cyr in Canada, Claire Clouden in Barbados, Vida Wells, Pearl St. Clair and Anne St. Cyr in Grenada, and Brandy St. Clair in the United Kingdom. Aunt of 15, sister-in-law of Joe St. Cyr in Trinidad, mother-in-law of Lennox Alexander, caregivers Angela Dumont and Jesse Joseph. Many other relatives and close friends in the USA, the UK, and Canada, including Pastor and Sister Niles and the congregation of the Grenville Pentecostal Lighthouse and Mirabeau Pentecostal Church, Sister Purcell and Tessa Vincent Hannond in the USA, Wendy Austin and family, Jenny Thomas, Pat Douglas, Maxie Bowler, Auntie Val, Phyllis and Patsy in the USA, Uncle Ashley Telesford and family, Lenny Wilson and family, Freddie Williams and family, Yolande Bean Horsford and family, and friends and neighbors of Ladigue, Richmond, Rivulet Lane, and Grenville. The funeral service for the late Winifred Telesford née St. Cyr of Ladigue, who resided at Rivulet Lane, Grenville, St. Andrew, will take place on Thursday, 22nd February at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Grenville Pentecostal Lighthouse, and interment will be at the Grand Bras Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Eslyn Bristol, also known as Eslyn Agnes Benjamin of Pearl St. Andrew, who resided in the United Kingdom, passed away on Friday, 5th January 2024 in the UK. She was the mother of Leslie, Deslin, also known as Kimosha, and Imran, also known as Ishmael, and Bristol Benjamin, all in the United Kingdom. Grandmother of 10, including Kia Starr McKay, Tia Benjamin, and Tamara Barnett, all in the UK. Sister of Yvonne Sparks, Veronica Williams, and Anson in Grenada, and Esther Bristol in Canada. Many aunts and uncles, including Frederica Francis, Ina Bristol in the UK, Ruth Antoine in Canada, Gladys and Weston Aline in Grenada. Many nieces and nephews in the UK, Canada, the USA, and Grenada, including Denise Sparks, Keisha Bristol, Dion Thomas, Veron Bristol, Abigail, Beverly, Gary, Eon, Junior, Verol, Donnell, Margaret Aline, and Wendy. Many cousins, other relatives and friends, including Bernadette in the UK, Phyllis in Grenada, the Bristol family of Pearls and in Carriacou, the Aline family of Conference, the Sparks family of St. David, the Ramsey family of Seamoon and St. Patrick, the Lewis family of Paradise, and friends and family in the UK, Pearls, Paradise, Seamoon, and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Eslyn Bristol, also known as Eslyn Agnes Benjamin of Pearl St. Andrew, who resided in the United Kingdom, will take place on Friday, 23rd February at 11:30 a.m. in the United Kingdom. Arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Antonia Maria Gilbert Lewis of Byland St. Andrew passed away on Tuesday, January 30th, 2024, at the age of 82. Left to mourn are her siblings Stella Williams and Winston Maguire. 8 children, Mavis in Trinidad, Alvis and Aldrich residing in the USA, Debbie in Grenada, Simon, Lidris, Holford, and Dessa residing in Canada. 19 grandchildren: Roldan, Arnold, Moses, Janaya, Larissa, Kenton, Rihanna, Darren, Cassandra, Jason, Tamal, Tyrone, Kevon, Jordana, Kellen, Nicole, Phil Jr., Abigail, and Troy. 21 great-grands: devoted nephew Ashton, devoted nieces Louis and Roylin, devoted caretakers Devon, Gillian, and Cheryl. Other relatives and close friends, including Matthew Mitchell, Clevina Mitchell, the Lewis, Gilbert, Maguire, Dumont, Bowen, and Charles families, GQ, Derek, Dumba Gilbert, Dumba Maguire, Akel Lewis, and friends and neighbors of Bylands and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Antonia Maria Gilbert Lewis of Byland St. Andrew will take place on Friday, 23rd February at 2 p.m., with tributes commencing at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Michael's RC Church, Byland St. Andrew, and interment will be at the Churchyard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Desmond Peter Williams of Harford Village, St. Andrew, passed away on Saturday, 27th January 2024, at the age of 57. He was the son of Maria Williams. Aunts and uncles in Grenada and abroad, including Veronica Leahy, Dolores Williams in New York, Elliot Williams, and Elias Williams. Other relatives and friends, including the Leahy family on the Coronage, Delia and Nickel Williams, Marilyn Kent and Eslyn Williams and family in the USA, Miss Marjorie and Jean Walker, Rosa Noel and family, the St. Clair family of Harford's Village, the Bain family of Wester Hall, Randy, the staff and residents of the St. Martin's Home for the Aged, and friends and neighbors of Harford Village, St. Andrew. A memorial service for the late Desmond Peter Williams of Harford Village, St. Andrew, will take place on Friday, 23rd February at 11 a.m. Service will be held at the Garden of Remembrance Funeral Chapel, Cemetery Hill, St. George's, according to Methodist rites. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Rita Gwendolyn Haynes, also known as Ritz and Hainsey, of Creighton, St. George, former employee of the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Fisheries, passed away on Thursday, 8th February 2024, at the age of 73. She was the mother of Errington Haynes, grandmother of Khalid Haynes, sister of Neville Bain, aunt of Deborah Jones, Andrea, Alana, Anika, Andy, and Alex Bain. Her caregiver, Shauna Henry. Many cousins, other relatives, and close friends, including Cletus St. Paul, Shirley and Andrew, Monique Noel and family of Monterey, Cynthia James and family of Grand Roy, Teresa Boney and family of Tempe, Rosalind Batiste and family of Woburn, Rosie St. Bernard and family, Chanel Rennie and family, Nova James and family, Sheila Alexis and family, Asia Worm and family, the Gulston and Cummings families, Christine Horsford and family, Joan Hagley and family, Father Ronald Holder, the St. Joseph, St. Michael, and Roxborough congregations, and friends and neighbors of Tempe, Creighton, and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Rita Gwendolyn Haynes, also known as Ritz and Hainsey of Creighton, St. George, will take place on Friday, 23rd February at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception, Church Street, St. George's, and entombment will be at the St. George's Center Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Sebastian Joseph, also known as Teacher Cressy, Basil, and Mr. Joe, of Laurelland, St. David, past teacher of the St. Dominic's RC School, and former lecturer at the T.A. Marichaud Community College, died on Thursday, February 15, 2024, at the age of 75. The funeral arrangements for the late Sebastian Joseph, also known as Teacher Cressy, Basil, and Mr. Joe of Laurelland, St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Catherine Edris Nixon of Lamode, St. George, passed away on Sunday, 11th February 2024, at the age of 83. The funeral arrangements for the late Catherine Edris Nixon of Lamode St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Greta Goddard, née Cruikshank of Belmont St. George, who resided at Caliste, died on Tuesday, 13 February 2024, at the age of 74. The funeral arrangements for the late Greta Goddard, née Cruikshank of Belmont, who resided at Caliste St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Maureen Agatha Caliste, née Redhead, also known as Momo and Sister Maureen, of Café Crochet St. Andrew, who resided in Canada, passed away on Thursday, February 8, 2024, at the age of 66. The funeral arrangements for the late Maureen Agatha Caliste, née Redhead, also known as Momo and Sister Maureen, of Café Crochet St. Andrew, who resided in Canada, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Maria Richard Collins of Victoria St. Mark, who resided at Moran St. John and in the USA, passed away on Friday, 9 February 2024, at the age of 90. The funeral arrangements for the late Maria Richard Collins of Victoria St. Mark, who resided at Moran St. John and in the USA, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Maureen Teresa Phillip, also known as Maureen Monroe, of Brazan St. George and Mount Granby St. John, passed away on Friday, 26 January 2024 in Canada, at the age of 69. The funeral arrangements for the late Maureen Teresa Phillip, also known as Maureen Monroe of Brazan St. George and Mount Granby St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Crofton Lett, also known as Papa and Burst Peas of Grand Mall St. George, died on Friday, February 9th, 2024, at the age of 79. The funeral arrangements for the late Crofton Lett, also known as Papa and Burst Peas of Grand Mall St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Marion St. Louis, also known as Love the Iron of Waltham St. Mark, died on Monday, 29th January 2024, at the age of 67. The funeral arrangements for the late Marion St. Louis, also known as Love the Iron of Waltham St. Mark, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Stephen Francis, also known as Brother and Vinci of Monthorn St. Andrew, passed away on Tuesday, 6th February, at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements for the late Stephen Francis, also known as Brother and Vinci of Monthorn St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Dennis Francis, also known as Chiney and Ching, of Apretooth St. David, passed away on Wednesday, 7th February 2024, at the age of 66. The funeral arrangements for the late Dennis Francis, also known as Chiney and Ching, of Apretooth St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
Marva Pascal of Caliste St. George passed away on Tuesday, 30th January, at the age of 50. The funeral arrangements of the late Marva Pascal will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Clifton Joseph Griffith of Deerfoot Springs St. George passed away on Sunday, 28th January 2024, at the age of 90. The funeral arrangements for the late Clifton Joseph Griffith of Deerfoot Springs St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Elovine Parchment of Lamode St. George passed away on Thursday, 18th January 2024, at the age of 72. The funeral arrangements for the late Elovine Parchment of Lamode St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lakpa Brothers Funeral Home. Clyde Grimes, also known as the Boss and Stoveman of Laborie St. George, passed away on Sunday 28th January 2024 at the age of 64. The funeral arrangements for the late Clyde Grimes, also known as the Boss and Stoveman of Laborie St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lakwa Brothers Funeral Home. Stanley Grimes, also known as Battery Man of St. Paul, St. George, passed away on Saturday, January 20th, 2024. The funeral arrangements for the late Stanley Grimes, also known as Battery Man of St. Paul, St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lakwa Brothers Funeral Home.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thank you for watching.
Even in the